Welcome to Sports Talk Live with Roddy and Jake, presented by Covenant Health Sports Medicine. Coming to you from the Pines Restaurant in downtown Sevierville, Tennessee. We are co-sponsored in part by Claybo's Campground, Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance of East Tennessee, Sevier County Electric, and Stennett Auto Group. Now, here is your host, Roddy Woods.
I'm your host, Roddy Woods, along with Jake Nichols, who is sports editor for the Newport Plain Talk. Jake couldn't be with us tonight. He's got a little sickness in his family, so I told him to stay, like you must say, better for worse. Wife wasn't feeling good, so he's staying home tonight, but he will be here with us next week. Jake and I are here every Tuesday night at the Pines Restaurant in Sevierville, Tennessee, and we're going to talk high school football. We're going to talk about games that were played last Friday night, and we're going to set up this week's games coming up Friday night. When we come back, our first segment is sponsored by Covenant Health Sports Medicine, and our guest this evening is Tim Hopkins. We're going to sit down with Tim. Tim has a lot to talk about. We're going to find out exactly what's going on with Covenant Health. We'll be right back from the Pines Restaurant here in Sevierville, Tennessee for Sports Talk Live with Roddy and Jake.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
Oh my gosh. You won't believe what happened this weekend. My son called from practice, and that's never good. I asked him, "Are you okay?" And of course he said, "I'm fine." And the coach was like, "Take him to TOC." We rushed straight over and were greeted by a friendly receptionist who said, "Welcome to TOC." The team at TOC was awesome. The doctor was friendly too.
With this course of treatment, you'll be back on the field in no time.
We couldn't have asked for more.
Claybo's Campground has been voted best campground by Traveler's Choice year after year. Convenient to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and Sevierville, at Claybo's, you're just minutes away from the largest outlet shopping in the Southeast. Tons of attractions and restaurants to suit every age and interest. Find us at 405 Wares Valley Road in the beautiful Smoky Mountains in Pigeon Forge, and learn more about us and the amenities we provide at claybocampground.com.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
Welcome back to Sports Talk Live. I'm your host, Roddy Woods, coming to you from the Pines Restaurant in beautiful downtown Sevierville, home of Miss Dolly herself. So back with Tim Hopkins. Mm-hmm. Did I get it right that time?
You got it right.
All right. Tim is actually, this segment is sponsored by Covenant Sports Medicine. Mm-hmm. Is that what we call it?
Yes.
Covenant Sports Medicine.
Yeah.
Tim is head of sports medicine for Covenant LeConte here in Sevierville. So, Tim, welcome to Sports Talk Live.
Great. Great to be here.
Let's talk about Tim Hop. Let's talk about Tim.
Sure.
Tim is been a person that helped us put things together for this year's football, for your high school sports game of the week, and a lot of other things this show. But Tim, tell us about who you are and where do you come from?
Sure. I guess I'll make it a short story for everybody. My family's from southeastern Kentucky. I grew up in Michigan. My dad worked for General Motors, blue-collar family. I've been out of Michigan for 30-some years. Worked in Nashville for about 20 years with Vanderbilt Sports Medicine, managed sports medicine program there. And then my parents just live up the road in London, Kentucky. And I moved over here to be closer to them. and we're developing this sports medicine program here with Covenant Health, and we're going to build something special here.
You already, I can say that you already have built something. Tim, there's a lot going on. I know that when we first talked, it was about you wanting to get more involved in the county and in the area. What some of the things that Covenant is doing? I know you do the Friday night things, and I've talked to you on the phone many days, and you've been at Cal Ripken. Talk about what Covenant Health is doing now.
Yeah, so we take care of several groups in town. We take care of all Sevier County schools. That means the high schools, the junior highs. We take care of them and their sports. We also take care of the Ripken Experience in town. They have 2 locations, the main location, and then they have one in Wares Valley. So a total of 10 diamonds there in the summer. So it could be a little busy. And then we just started a partnership with the city of Pigeon Forge, and we're going to do event medicine in tandem with the City of Pigeon Forge Fire Department. So we're going to take care of things that take place at LeConte Center. So that's exciting.
Plus, you know, you just signed a contract with Johnson University.
Yep.
How's that working out?
It's going great. I was just up there today doing a check-in, and everything's going smooth, and everybody's happy, and I feel like our team's doing a really good job there.
Now, tell our fans exactly what you do Friday nights.
Sure. So each one of our schools, particularly in Sevier County, has a dedicated certified athletic trainer, someone who's taken a national board, a national test, and they also pass state licensure. So they're dual credentialed folks. And their focus is emergency management, sports medicine for athletic injuries. So if your student athlete gets hurt, we're the first ones on the scene. We're making an assessment what to do next, how to go about handling that injury, talking with the coach, talking with the parents. Can they return to play? Do we need to hold them out? Do we need to talk about a doctor's appointment? And we have relationships with several practices in town, and we work with them, and we help parents get good quality care.
So, like, take me through it. If my son gets hurt on Friday night, you guys are the first ones to him.
Yep. So we're going to make an assessment. Let's say it's an ankle, and we're going to look at that ankle. We're going to make an assessment as to how bad it might be if it's bad, and if we think it needs further evaluation, like X-rays or something like that, we call the parents. And we have a conversation with them, or I should say parent guardian. Sometimes we have a guardian. And we talk to them about, hey, this is what I'm seeing. I think we need to get an X-ray. And, you know, the decision's always up to the family. You know, would you like to us to help you make an appointment, or do you want to go see a doctor of your choice? And, you know, can I even help you with that? So we try to really facilitate the continuum of care. And really the benefit of that is speedy doctor visits. We get an answer. We can tell the coach, can the athlete go or not this coming Friday? And trust me, that's a regular conversation that we have. So that's our role. And then if there's some rehabilitation that needs to be done, if we can do it at the school, we try to do it at the school and make sure that the athletes get in the best care.
When your job, that's Friday night. But then all during the week, you try to keep the athlete, if you know he's had a ankle or knee or something, you try to evaluate him all week long.
Yeah, we're going to evaluate him. We're going to rehab him or her, whoever that may be. And we're going to work with them every single day. And if we can progress them a little more, we do that. The other part of our job is we take care of concussions. So if an athlete sustains a concussion, we definitely take care of that. We have a really great system in place for concussion care. And there is a state law on how we manage concussions, so we follow the state law. I tell people that a typical concussion is about a 2-week out. So
stop right there.
Sure.
Okay, say I got a star and he gets concussion. Protocol is what, 2 weeks?
Now, the protocol is if you suspect a concussion, we're going to pull them out of the game. So they're done.
Oh, they're done for the night.
They're done for the night, and we're going to determine if they need to see a specialist.
Okay.
And you want them to see a specialist, someone who's trained,
Under covenant?
someone who's trained in sports medicine, concussions,
Okay.
and how to treat those.
Okay.
We get them in to see that individual, and then the doctor will prescribe the return to play protocol, which is a state law protocol.
Okay,
And we
okay.
follow that. So it's a 5-day, 5-step return to play protocol that we follow.
Okay.
So it doesn't always work in 5 days. So for example, you do a little bit on day 1 and it ramps up slowly. And so as the athletic trainer, you're assessing symptoms.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And so let's say on day 3, our athlete becomes symptomatic. They don't feel well, they have a headache or something like that.
Okay.
Then our athletic trainer reaches back out to the healthcare provider, the doctor that's treating them, and say, hey, Johnny's having some symptoms. Typically, what we do, we back them off to the order of the doctor.
Oh, okay.
Let's go back if it's to day 1, and we'll start over.
Oh, okay.
So it's
start back from
yeah,
ground
but
zero.
A concussion with 0 complication is, I'd say normally is about a 2-week out.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
by the time
But
they get through the protocol and everything
once you
else.
get through the protocol, you said
Yeah.
2 weeks out.
Yep.
Can that player, after he's been assessed
Yep.
by the doctor and he's cleared, how quick can he come back and play?
Yeah, we're going to ease them in. we're going to have some practice time.
Okay.
We're going to watch them in practice.
Okay.
Our athletic trainers are going to be assessing them the whole time
Okay.
as to what's going on, how you doing, how you feeling, how's your headache, do you feel nauseated, anything
Okay.
like that. We're going to make those assessments.
Okay.
And we're just going to keep a good eye on them.
Tim, tell me how long you've been doing this. I know that when I talked to you and you were at Ripken, are you doing the same thing? Are you watching kids? Or are you evaluating what? Actually,
Even at Ripken. So this is my 30th year as an athletic
Oh,
trainer,
okay.
so I've been doing this a while.
Okay.
And we're at Ripken. We see folks from all over the country.
Right.
Ripken is a really popular place. It's a great sports venue. We have kids there from Texas, California, Pennsylvania, New York. They come from everywhere. So,
Okay.
Our assessment there is actually pretty important, that we're making a good first assessment
Okay.
and making sure they're taken care of when they're here.
Oh, yeah.
Because that may be the only encounter we have with that individual, and we want to make good recommendations, solid recommendations for that individual to continue to play. Obviously they paid money to be in that tournament.
Definitely, big money.
And that's a tough question, or answer sometimes when you say, based on what I'm seeing today, we may need to end the tournament.
Oh, okay.
And so, sometimes that happens. Not all the time, but sometimes that happens. But at the end of the day, it's about taking care of those students, those athletes, and making sure they're safe.
Yes.
Our role is to make sure they're playing safe, and we're not going to get hurt worse, or we're going to have another problem. Like with concussions, for example, a return to play too soon on a concussion protocol without proper clearance,
Right.
you're setting that individual up to a potential for what we call second impact syndrome.
Okay.
Second impact syndrome is devastating.
Okay.
It's usually not recoverable when you have that. So you're going to have a brain injury because your brain isn't healed from the initial concussion.
Okay, you go back
and you
out there.
sustain another injury on top of that unhealed brain,
Okay.
and it's not good.
Oh.
So that's why we have a concussion law, is we want to protect kids
Right.
and families,
Right.
sometimes from themselves,
Right.
but also to make sure that they're safe in their return to play.
Well, when I played, and I know when you played, we didn't have all that.
No.
You had
No.
you had a doctor.
The coach,
On the sideline.
I had a coach.
Yeah, and a doctor that came to the game. That's
Yeah.
all he did,
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's so important
Yeah.
for young people to basically have that care, because you don't know. I know that's probably people that have had injuries back in our day, in my producer Chris's day, that they never get over
Right.
because they weren't treated right.
Yep, we all have them. guys like you and me, we all have
I got
them.
one in my thumb.
Right.
Can't move it, but
Right.
you know, it's to the point now where we're moving in a new direction.
Yes.
And it looks like Covenant is covering all the bases.
Yes.
I'm going to end with one last question.
Yep.
I know you told me not to ask you, but how does it feel to be a part of something that's greater that's coming to Knoxville? I know a lot of people didn't see and I won't even mention that, but how does that feel?
It's fantastic. I think it's great for Covenant. I think it's great for the folks that live here in East Tennessee. You know, we're a large healthcare system. We're a nonprofit system. And to have a presence in Knoxville, working with the Smokies, and having that presence and some of the really awesome things that's going to be coming to that area, which I can't talk about yet.
I know, but
I would just say it's exciting times, and it's exciting for Covenant to be involved in all of that. So I'm proud of where we are and where we're going.
All right.
Yeah.
We've been talking to, what is your title anyway?
I'm the corporate manager of sports medicine for Covenant.
There you go. We'll be right back. We thank Tim for being our guest this evening from the Pines Restaurant in Sevierville, Tennessee. Home of Dolly. I can't get that out of my mind because most people know who Dolly Parton is, but we are making some impacts with our Sports Talk Live. Make sure if you're out Friday night, if you're not out Friday night, catch the Claybo's Campground Game of the Week. This week, Jeff County visits Sevier County. So we'll be back here in a moment. We're going to have our next guest. Segment 2 will be Tegan Rivera, the Player of the Week from last week's game. And we'll be right back. Great. Thank you, Tim, once again, sir.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
Oh my gosh. You won't believe what happened this weekend. My son called from practice, and that's never good. I asked him, "Are you okay?" And of course he said, "I'm fine." And the coach was like, "Take him to TOC." We rushed straight over and were greeted by a friendly receptionist who said, "Welcome to TOC." The team at TOC was awesome. The doctor was friendly too.
With this course of treatment, you'll be back on the field in no time.
We couldn't have asked for more.
Claybo's Campground has been voted best campground by Travelers' Choice year after year. Convenient to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and Sevierville, at Claybo's, you're just minutes away from the largest outlet shopping in the Southeast. Tons of attractions and restaurants to suit every age and interest. Find us at 405 Wares Valley Road in the beautiful Smoky Mountains in Pigeon Forge, and learn more about us and the amenities we provide at claybocampground.com.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
Let's go. Welcome back to Sports Talk Live. I'm Roddy Woods, your host, and we are here live at the Pines Restaurant in Sevierville, Tennessee. My guest is Tegan Rivera. Tegan is senior running back for Sevier County Smoky Bears. Tegan was last week's player of the game, plus he was player of the week, voted by the fans here from around the area. So let's get into it. Tegan, you had 200 all-purpose yards, 162 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns in a 49-13 victory over Knox Carter last week. Let's talk a little bit about the game as a whole. You know, last year you did not play for Sevier County. You transferred in back in the spring. How did that transition coming from another school into Sevier County?
It was honestly a lot easier than expected. Coach Loveday, his staff, and the team, they were all very welcoming, and I knew some of the guys already, so I fit right in. Almost felt like I didn't even transfer from anywhere. Felt right at home, and we've just been getting to work ever since.
And when we talked about things, you and I had some conversations, and you said if you feel like you're at home and you should have been there as a freshman.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, definitely.
So can you imagine if you were there as a freshman?
I've thought about it quite a bit.
Coach Loveday would have been real happy, wouldn't he?
I'd hope so.
Let's talk a little bit about Friday night's game. The game started out, you guys kind of just, I think you tried to, I guess, Coach Loveday, and you wanted to run the ball down their throat. Looks like y'all did.
Yes, sir.
You had almost 100 yards in the first half.
Yes, sir.
Is it something that they've put in for you, the package that they've got for you? Because what we can see as sports people, we see they're taking the pressure off of Cooper. But when he does throw, like he threw a touchdown pass, but does that make you feel good? Or are you in tune with everything?
Most definitely. It really helps me out. Having Cooper and guys all around me that are such huge threats, I guess we take pressure off of each other because they don't know whether we're going to run the football, pass the football, and not even me running. We can have Jude running. It takes pressure off of both of us, so we all work really well together.
Yeah, and I saw with Jude, you know, when you and Jude in the game together, it's hard. You know, I wouldn't want to try to tackle you or Jude. Jude's built like Superman or somebody.
Yes, sir.
So it's like to the point now. You guys you've been in the camp long enough. You've had the first game. You know, now this week you got a tough matchup coming against Jefferson County. I know today's Tuesday. We do this on Tuesday. Tuesday is a very hard day for practice because you're putting things in. You're getting ready because Wednesday's Coast Day. Thursday is really Coast Day. But how was practice today? Getting ready for Jeff County.
Practice was pretty good. It was hot, but a lot of install we're putting in. We're getting ready, calling out some guys, knowing where we got to move, and making adjustments on defense, including offense. I think we're going to be ready for this week. They're a good team, but I think we're going to be prepared.
I know you didn't play any defense last week.
Yes.
Do you like just having catch your breath and be offensive-minded, or do you want to get in there and hit somebody?
I've always been an offense guy.
Okay.
I don't mind laying a lick on somebody here and there. So.
I've heard that practice can get a little rough, huh?
Oh, yes, sir.
It does.
Yes, sir.
Well, the thing about you, I want to get into a little bit something else now. You've been on recruiting trips.
Yes, sir.
Where have you been this summer?
This summer I've been quite a few places. I've been to Louisville, Kentucky, UVA-wise.
Made a trip down to Alabama too, didn't you?
I didn't go to Alabama.
You went to
App State.
Okay, you went to App State. Okay. Did you like their campus, App State?
App State's was nice, yes, sir. It's
Could
kind
you
of
see yourself playing up there in Boone, North Carolina?
Anywhere. I can see myself playing anywhere.
So that's the goal,
Yes,
to get on somebody's FBS, you think?
That's what I'm hoping. FBS, really anywhere.
FCS, somewhere.
FCS,
You just want to play.
Yes, sir. Just want to play.
You know, Tegan, sitting down talking to you the very first time we talked, I had asked you a question, and I want to know if you still have that mentality. I asked you two questions. I asked you, do you want to wear purple? And I asked you, do you want to win the state championship?
And the answer is still yes.
Answer still yes.
Yes, sir.
Tegan Rivera, Player of the Week, and Andy's Frozen Custard, Player of the Game. This week, the Sevier County Smoky Bears take on the Jefferson County Patriots. As you heard from Tegan, it's going to be a hard-fought game. But make sure you make yourself out there. If you don't make it to the stadium, check out our broadcast, Claybo's Campground Game of the Week, presented by Your High School Sports. So we'll be right back with our guest, Coach Todd Loveday, coming up in our third segment from the Pines Restaurant in beautiful Sevierville, Tennessee.
Oh my gosh. You won't believe what happened this weekend. My son called from practice, and that's never good. I asked him, "Are you okay?" And of course he said, "I'm fine." And the coach was like, "Take him to TOC." We rushed straight over and were greeted by a friendly receptionist who said, "Welcome to TOC." The team at TOC was awesome. The doctor was friendly too.
With this course of treatment, you'll be back on the field in no time.
We couldn't have asked for more.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
Claybo's Campground has been voted best campground by Travelers' Choice year after year. Convenient to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and Sevierville, at Claybo's, you're just minutes away from the largest outlet shopping in the Southeast. Tons of attractions and restaurants to suit every age and interest. Find us at 405 Wares Valley Road in the beautiful Smoky Mountains in Pigeon Forge, and learn more about us and the amenities we provide at claybocampground.com.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
Let's go. Welcome back to Sports Talk Live. I'm your host, Roddy Woods. I'm absent from my co-partner tonight, Jake Nichols. He will be here next week. Jake is the editor of the Newport Playing Talk, so if you want some good reading, check Jake's stories out on newportplayingtalks.com. But let's get back into it. This third segment is sponsored in part by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance of East Tennessee, and Coach Todd Loveday is my guest now, head coach of the Sevier County Smoky Bears. Coach, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Let's jump in this thing. 49-13 last Friday night against a good Carter team.
Yes. Yeah, they. I think they're much improved. They played a full game. They played a clean game. They've improved up front, and they've always had guys that can go the distance if you don't run the right angles. And I thought our guys executed well on offense, and I thought we flew around good on defense. And a lot of guys contributed. A lot of unselfish stuff going on, so that was always good to see.
That's always good to see. You say 49-13. We talked at media days, and we talked because that day we saw some other schools that's possibly going to be fighting you guys for the gold ball.
Right.
Did you see anything that's going to help you down the road Friday night in the game?
Yeah, to me, it's just having several guys contributing, whether it's on a kickoff team or a punt team. It's in 5A ball on the schedule we play. It takes more than 11 or 12 guys out there, and it's a long season, battle of attrition, so to speak. So we always have short-term goals, but I got to look at it long-term too, as far as getting us to the end and playing our best ball toward the end.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's skip ahead. This Friday night, big test, a test that they came off a win last Friday night against Oak Ridge.
Right.
Let's talk about Jeff County. Tell us about what you know
year in, year out, regardless of, we used to be in the same region, same district, kind of a natural rivalry. Year in, year out, you ask anybody that's played at Sevier County or Jefferson County, they'll tell you that's the most physical game of the year. And Spencer Riley and I, we always talk, and we always want to keep it on the schedule, especially early. Kind of gives your team, gives you an indicator on the physicality of what you have going forward. And, it also, both sides, for both teams, it'll expose some things that helps you down the road as well. But make no bones about it, they're coming down here to beat us, and we're protecting our home field to beat them. So it'll be a fun game.
How important is it to get them at home?
It's good to see all the crowd there, but wherever we play, our guys follow. But there's nothing like playing at Lawn C for sure, and seeing all the purple going through the stadium, and but once all the hoopla's over with, it's what happens between the lines.
That's right. Spoken as a true coach, he's not going to tell us much, folks. Okay. But the thing about it is, a game like this could set the table especially for you guys. Should set the table for them. Jeff plays in a tough region.
Sure.
They play Dobbins Bennett. They play play Farragut Ridge. They play a tough schedule. But You guys moved to Region 1 last year. You got to go up against Tennessee High, Crockett, Boone, Morristown West,
Cott County.
County. You guys travel next week to Lenoir City. Another tough game. But how important is this game for the program for the season?
It's not only the, always the next one's the most important, but, it's, I'm always honest with the guys, and I don't care to call it a big game. Even outside of Sevier County and Jefferson County, I think in East Tennessee people kind of circle this one and we'll keep their eye on it, see how this game's going. And I think a lot of other teams try to gauge their seasons that we're going to play in the future and they're going to play in the future. And I think a lot of teams playing on Thursday night this week. We're still playing on Fridays, so I expect a big crowd, and it'll be fun.
Thursday night. A lot of your region teams playing Thursday night so they can come watch you play Friday?
I'm sure. We would.
I know you would, Coach. Let's break down Region 1. Let's break it down, because you guys sitting at the top. You got Boone and Crockett. Boone played a team from Clyde Irwin out of Asheville last week. Didn't score, but that's still Boone.
Right.
Crockett, probably from top to bottom, who would you say that comes in behind you guys?
I really couldn't say, to be honest with you. High school ball, it seems like each team is different, regardless of what's on paper. But, we respect all of them the same. And, like last year's Morristown West game was an absolute dogfight and a fun game. I thought that game was going to go on forever. But I tell our guys all the time, and it's not coach speak, if you don't show up ready for 48 minutes of all you got, you don't have a chance. To have a chance, you got to do that. And our guys have bought into that. And I can't remember the last time we showed up at the ballpark not ready to play, so to speak. We're always ready, and these guys have a fun time doing it, but each team is different, and it's fun figuring these guys out as the season goes on.
A couple more questions, Coach, before we wrap this up. You got possibly, I've seen in some polls, and I've seen him talk to some other people, you have a quarterback that could be the -- 1 quarterback in the class of 2027. How do you protect him?
I wouldn't trade him. I don't know what the rankings say, but regardless of class, he can throw the football, and he's a humble kid. He's a team guy, and you poll every kid on our team, they all like him, and he's born to play quarterback. He just have the it stuff. We just don't mess with him a whole lot, and still coach him up hard, but. And good to have on our side for sure, and he'd be the first to tell you that not for all these other guys like Teagan and the O-line and all these other skill guys, that he'd never be able to show what he can do.
Does he play like a sophomore?
No, not at all. I don't even think about it anymore, really.
I asked you that last year. We talked last year. I asked you after the first 2 games, is he a freshman still? And you said, same thing. No.
Right. No, he, I went back, looked at the film, our Jefferson County game last year. It was his second start ever, and he did a lot of good things in that game. I mean, it didn't turn out like we wanted to, but he wasn't making the rookie mistakes that you usually would see against a team like them.
Let me ask you this, and I'll leave this. He's sitting here, so how much has Tegan brought to your team?
I mean, anybody can see the talent. I mean, anybody if you didn't know sports, you can tell he's got a lot of talent. And but to me, seeing how he blended in right away in the weight room and the locker room, people just kind of gravitate. And then when you hit the practice field, he's wide open. And when one of your best players practices full tilt, everybody else tends to follow suit. So been a blessing. I'm glad he's on our side. We're going to enjoy him while we can.
Coach, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. You know, we go back a long way. And when I ask you to be our guest for our first show of many, many more, we'll have Coach on again. I told him off the camera there just a second ago, come December the 6th, I want to see that gold ball sitting right there.
It'd be a nice 1 week at a time.
I knew you was going to say that. But hey, guys, when we come back here on Sport Talk Live, we're going to talk about our upcoming game, dive into it a little bit, and we got our picks for this week. So, Coach, if you want to stick around, would you stick around and hang out with me so we can go to this pick, since Jake, he had to do the family thing tonight. His wife's sick and he's newlywed, so
I'm waiting on my hot wings anyway, so sure.
All right, we'll be right back. Coach is going to sit here with us, and we're going to do our picks. So make sure you come right back to Sports Talk Live from the Pines Restaurant in Sevierville, Tennessee.
Oh my gosh. You won't believe what happened this weekend. My son called from practice, and that's never good. I asked him, "Are you okay?" And of course he said, "I'm fine." And the coach was like, "Take him to TOC." We rushed straight over and were greeted by a friendly receptionist who said, "Welcome to TOC." The team at TOC was awesome. The doctor was friendly too.
With this course of treatment, you'll be back on the field in no time.
We couldn't have asked for more.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
Claybo's Campground has been voted best campground by Travelers' Choice year after year. Convenient to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and Sevierville, at Claybo's, you're just minutes away from the largest outlet shopping in the Southeast. Tons of attractions and restaurants to suit every age and interest. Find us at 405 Wares Valley Road in the beautiful Smoky Mountains in Pigeon Forge, and learn more about us and the amenities we provide at claybocampground.com.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
Let's go. Let's go. Welcome back to Sports Talk Live. I'm your host, Roddy Woods. Coach is sitting in for Jake Nichols. We get ready to do our picks, guys. We pick every week. Our good friend Ron Marvel, the voice of your high school sports game of the week, Claybo's game of the week. Ron puts it together, and Coach just gonna give us a little bit of insight what he thinks. But Chris is gonna pick, and then I'll do Jake's. Okay, so we're gonna kick things off. This is segment number 4, sponsored by Sevier County Electric System, keeping the lights on every Friday night at all high school games in Sevier County. All right, Coach, you ready?
Sure.
All right. Morristown West versus Elizabeth.
Where's it at?
It's at Lizzie.
I'll go with Elizabeth, and they'll bounce back from getting beat by Science Hill first week.
Okay. Chris? I know you going for Lizzie.
All right, you already know, after that disappointing loss we had against Science Hill, you know that Coach Witten is going to have his team rebound. Betsy gets the victory.
Betsy. I'm going with Betsy, too, and Jake went for Betsy, too. So 4 for Betsy. Okay. Dobbins-Bennett at Greenville.
I'm going to go with Greenville. I mean, we go with those guys in 7-on-7 in the summer, and just talking to Coach Spradlin, he's kind of a humble guy, but he's foaming out of the mouth. He's one of the most talented teams he's had. From up front guys into skilled guys, and those guys are always ready to play. And I'll go with Greenville.
Chris?
All right, Roddy, here's the deal. Greenville had a very impressive win against Tennessee High last week, and they're looking to try to dominate the Tri-City, so I think the momentum's going to keep running. Greenville. All
right, Jake goes for Greenville, and so do I. I'm picking the Green Devils because I'm like Coach. I've heard, I had a fan, my daughter was at the game last week, Tennessee High. It was 27-0 at halftime. She said we left. So I got a feeling, like you said, Coach, Greenville is back. Here's a good one now. Anderson County versus Science Hill.
I'm going to go with Anderson County. Know those guys quite well. They play a physical brand of ball, and they don't get intimidated. They schedule anybody, and they got a lot of talent to go along with that. I'll go with Anderson.
Chris?
All right, Coach Loveday, you are exactly right. I tell you what, Anderson County, I don't know, but they make some mountain men up there in Anderson County. They play some tough football, had a very impressive win last week. Science Hill, like I said, had an impressive win as well. I'm going to counter you, Coach, and I'm going to go with the Hilltoppers.
I am too. I'm going with Coach Carter. I think that it's time for Science Hill. They've been down for a while. They make it, but they always play Maryville in the first round. That's what gets them in the playoffs. So we'll see what they've got. I'm gonna pull for Science Hill this week, and Jake's going with you, Anderson County. So 2 Anderson County, 2 Science Hill, and we'll see what happens. We're gonna pick this game last, and you can't pick. Alcoa versus Bearden.
It'll be a good football game.
Yeah, it is.
Geez, I'll go with Alcoa. I mean, how many times they ever started off 0-2? So I'll go with Tornadoes on this one.
Tornadoes, Coach. Chris?
Tell you what, the Tornadoes, that's a tough one to get rid of. No, they had the loss, but guess what? They played a tough team, Ravenwood. So you know what? They're going to come back with the Storm. I'm going with Coach.
Tornado. All right. 2 Alcoas. Jake picked Beard. He said they had a hard-fought game last week against Knox West. We know what Lamar Brown brings to the table. I'm going to go with the 2 here. I'm going with Alcoa because you can't keep that Tornado down. They're too tough. But I heard this now. Somebody said that they could lose 4 games. Is that possible?
Yeah, with their schedule, it's possible.
All right, we're moving on. You heard it from Coach.
Yeah, it could happen.
Brandon Martin, who is he's our recruiting analyzer, he said 4 games still win state.
I'd go with that.
That's what I said. 4 games still win state. That's pretty impressive. And I don't know how many this would be, but I was talking to Coach Hunt at Media Days, and I asked him, do you have to get your players, this is from Maryville now, do you have to get your players excited about playing? He said, when they walk in the stadium, they look up. That's all it takes. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, Coach. Sounds like you got your head on right this week. All right, let's move on. Austin East, Carter.
I'll go with Carter. Felt like they played us hard for 4 quarters, and I think it's a hungry team.
Well, you know what, Coach, I'm probably going to agree with you. I didn't like the loss Austin East took last week. That didn't show that they're really ready, but then again, they could turn things around, but I'm going to stick with Carter.
I think I'm going to go with Carter, too. They look real good against you guys, and you guys are pretty good. Jake's going with Carter, so it's all Carter here. This is a good one. This is going to be a good game. Maryville at Knox Central.
I'll go with the Rebels. I think, not that they were off track last year, but I guess for them they were. I think they got it all put together, and if they stay healthy, they'll make a run at it 6A. I'll go with the Rebels with it.
Chris?
Keep it simple, the Rebels.
All right, it's 4 Rebels. As we move on, Halls versus Gibbs.
That's a rivalry game for sure. We scrimmage Gibbs every preseason because of their physicality and things they do on defense to give you trouble and offense. Don't know much about Halls this year, but look, they had a great first week. Looked like it. I'll go with Halls on this one.
Chris?
Okay, I don't know much. I didn't follow these two teams last week on what they did, so I'm just going to mimic Coach. And Coach, you said Halls?
Yes, sir.
I'm going Halls.
Okay, me too. And Jake, we're all going Halls. Now, here's a good game. This could be a good game. Could be. Clinton versus Knox West.
Knox West.
Chris?
West.
West. Jake, West. All right. Now, this in-county rival, in-county game. Pigeon Forge at Northview.
Those can go either way, even the in-county stuff. I have to go with my old stomping grounds up there for a little while. I go with Northview on it.
All right.
All right, I'm going to counter you here, Coach. I know Northview is your own stomping grounds, but I'm going to get a little gut feeling that Pigeon Forge may pull this one out.
Nah, I'm going with Coach. Northview, and Jake says Northview too. So
let me interrupt you on that. Coach Meadows got on me that last time. He never forgot. So this is live. So this is for Coach Meadows. So Coach Meadows, you need to pull this one.
I'm sorry, Coach, but I just, Justin might put me in the bar hug or something. So I'm going with Northview. All right, Cotton County versus GP.
Well, that usually turns into a dogfight. I'll probably go against the grain. I'll go with Cotton County on this one.
Okay, Chris.
Coach Scotty Dykes, that's my teammate. We're going Cotton County, baby.
And I feel that same way. Jake, the sports editor for Newport Plain Talk, said Cotton County was in that game Friday night against Cherokee, and they let Cherokee slip away from them. I'm going with Cotton County. I think they can. I think it's a Scotty's year. Mm-hmm. It's his year. He's got to come down here in 3 weeks? Mm-hmm. But we're going to pick Cotton County. We're going to pick Cotton County. Now, this one, everybody, I'm going to come back to your game in a minute. But UT Chattanooga versus the Vols.
UTC. No, I'm joking.
I like that. Go ahead.
Need to be a spread on this one.
Should be about 56.
I'll go with UT Knoxville.
Okay. Chris?
All right, here's how it's going down, Coach. UTC gets the ball in the first 2 minutes. They're going to have a nice drive, possibly look like they could kick a field goal, maybe get in that field goal range, but after that, you already know, UT.
The Vols all the way for me and Jake both. Now, let's go back to this other game, Coach, and you can't pick here, okay? Sevier County versus Jefferson County. It is the Claybos Campground Game of the Week, presented by your high school sports. Chris, putting you on the spot.
All right, you're going to put me on the spot in front of Coach. Well, of course, no doubt all these Sevier County people. Let's make some more Sevier County. There you go. That's the pick.
Right.
The Smoky Bears.
I can't go against Coach, I just can't go against Sevier County. I've seen some things, you've got some talent on this team. And it reminds me of a 1999 squad.
Uh-oh. That was a good squad.
Kind of reminds me. You got the big line, you got a good defense, you got a fantastic quarterback, and you got 2 running backs, not only Teagan, you got another one, number 21, that I would put up against anybody. I think you can get it, and I'm going to go out on a limb. So you guys got to come back every Tuesday night. So I'm saying 10-0.
I thought he was talking about the Jeff County game.
Hey, you know me, Coach. I'm jumping around because I really do believe that you got something special up there.
We like to think so, but we have blinders on. We're literally one day at a time, 1 week at a time.
I know.
We love the support, though.
You learn from the best, from Coach Brewer. But hey, guys, we really appreciate you tuning in tonight for this inaugural edition of Sports Talk Live. I would like to thank our guest, Tim Hopkins from Covenant Health, Sports Medicine, Teagan Navarre, who was the player. He had 2 players of the week last week. He was the Andy's Frozen Custard player of the game, and then he won the voting by I didn't see the last numbers, but it was over 2,000, 3,000 votes that he made. That is pretty much all of East Tennessee, and then we cover a little bit more of the Southeast. So Brandon Martin, my co-part in Nashville, said he never seen anything like it, and he tells me all the time that Tegan's the real deal.
No doubt about it.
So for all of you guys, remember to go to a couple things on our website. If you want to see this replay, go to yourhighschoolsports.com. We got a great contest going on, guys. Go on there and register for the gold ball. Coach is going to win one, so that would be, I've already got mine picked. You got Alcoa, so you can pick him if you want to, but you got to pick 6 gold balls to come back to, you just got to pick the 6 gold balls. And we've got some great prizes. Go on there and register. We got 2-night stay at the Ramsey Hotel. We've got dinner for 2 at the Appalachian, which to the chef's table. Austin Williams is going to do the chef's table. You ever had that?
Good stuff.
Is it good?
Yes, sir.
Coach did the chef table. We've got 2 tickets to Ripley's Aquarium. And then we've got a 2-day pass to the island in Pigeon Forge. But go on our website, check it out, and register. And make sure you go back. You can go back and pick as many times as you want to. And then December 2nd, we'll cut it off because that's the week of the state championship. A lot of great things. Make sure you join us Thursday night for Your High School Sports Podcast. Brandon and I will be there. We talk about recruiting all over the state and all over the Southeast. But again, we'd like to thank all of our guests, Coach Todd Loveday, for being a part of the first Sports Talk Live from the Pines restaurant. I'm watching my producer. He's got his hand up like somebody's sticking him up. But we'll see you next week right here at 7 o'clock from the Pines restaurant in Sevierville, Tennessee.
Oh my gosh, you won't believe what happened this weekend. My son called from practice, and that's never good. I asked him, "Are you okay?" And of course he said, "I'm fine." And the coach was like, "Take him to TOC." We rushed straight over and were greeted by a friendly receptionist who said, "Welcome to TOC." The team at TOC was awesome. The doctor was friendly too.
With this course of treatment, you'll be back on the field in no time.
We couldn't have asked for more.
What is strength when you're battling cancer? Is it a shoulder to lean on? A voice of hope? Is it confidence in the most available care options? Or is it unmatched expertise answering your hardest questions? Giving you the courage to move forward. At Covenant Health, we think it means all of this and more. For you. Let our strength be yours.
Claybo's Campground has been voted best campground by Travelers' Choice year after year. Convenient to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and Sevierville, at Claybo's, you're just minutes away from the largest outlet shopping in the Southeast. Tons of attractions and restaurants to suit every age and interest. Find us at 405 Wares Valley Road in the beautiful Smoky Mountains in Pigeon Forge, and learn more about us and the amenities we provide at claybocampground.com.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
Your High School Sports presents the Claybos Campground Game of the Week. Sponsored by Sevier County Electric System, Covenant Sports Medicine, Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance of East Tennessee, and Stinnett Auto Group. Co-sponsored by Birchville Overbay and Associates, Andy's Frozen Custard, Preferred Pharmacy of Sevierville, and IHOP of Pigeon Forge and Sevierville.